Good afternoon from Europe. Good morning, good evening, guys, whatever you are. Here is Liteforex Global YouTube channel. 4th of December 2020, first Friday of the month, meaning that's the non-farm payroll day. So we are going to discuss intraday possible setups when it comes to the dollar crosses. From the medium and long-term perspective, as you know, as I mentioned yesterday, I'm still fighting with, I started tiny reduction on my exposure. We will see how it's going to play out towards the rest of the day. Anyway, non-farm payrolls day. First, let's have a look what the primary dealers think about non-farm payrolls. We have a few numbers. Societe Generale 735,000, Morgan Stanley 630,000, Citi 600, Mizuho 550,000, UBS 505,000, Daiwa and Deutsche both 500,000, Goldman Sachs 450,000, Wells Fargo 425,000, BNP and Credit Suisse and Scotia 400, NatWest and RBC 375, HSBC JP Morgan 350,000, Nomura 320, Bank of America Merrill Lynch, the most bearish 150,000, median 412.5. The source is a Barton based on the Twitter account. Thank you very much. Well, we will see, guys, especially that ADP wasn't that great. The sub indices when it comes to the ISM related to the employment wasn't great. So I'm very curious what we might get. Anyway, we have to remember that ECB is next week, so I would be very careful to trying to chase the euro-dollar prices here, as we might see a little bit of the correction. But anyway, medium term, because of where we are right now, as I mentioned yesterday, a little bit upside from here still possible. Anyway, as you can see, there is a huge possibility that around 22.30 we might see some supply zone over here related to that. If we are going to see the failure around these levels, that could be the case for the intraday short setup. I'm going to show more in a second. When it comes to the longs, right, this broken 2050 is the key for now as a first strong medium-term demand zone. Then of course levels close to 1960, and basically what I have here, I've been waiting, if you do remember, 115 114.50 didn't materialize. We broke to the upside. Well, we will see 2050 1960 as a possible demand in medium term, but we are talking here about the non-farm payrolls and this afternoon. So let's switch here, and euro dollar looks like this, some kind of the channel, intraday channel, right, like this maybe, and it's very easy to spot this 22.50, 22.30 as a top of that channel. Maybe a little bit of the correction when it comes to these channels, like something like this, more or less. Yeah, much better. So 22.15, 22.30. If failure around this level, I'm going to try to fade that one. First target is going to be 21.70, but I'm not gonna buy the bottom of that channel. The second target is going to be a level close to 21.15, and that's where I'm going to try to buy 21.15, 21.00 from intraday perspective to see the move towards the higher levels, and then again 20.75, 20.50, as I mentioned, from higher time frame perspective as well. So again, trying to sell the failure around 22.15, 22.30, trying to buy between 21.15 to 21, and then again 20.75, 20.50. That's how I see the things when it comes to the euro dollar. The next one is cable, and the cable, there are plenty of different news Brexit related, right? The deal is imminent, it's a long way, no light in the tunnel, there is a light in the tunnel. whatever. We are respecting 135, and as you can see from the higher time frame perspective here, green line from the daily chart, we have 35.15. all right, so very similar situation when it comes to just pure intraday price action. When it comes to the cable, I'm looking for the short opportunity eventually on a failure around 35.15, 35.30, right? My first target is going to be this zone, which been tested today around 34.30, 34.20, but buyers are a little bit lower in my opinion. Buyers are here lining up around 33.80. That's how I see the things, and that's where I'm going to look for buying opportunity when it comes to the pound. So again, looking to sell 35.15, 35.30 from the intraday perspective, looking to buy looking to buy between 34, 33.80. That's how I see the things related to the cable, but cable might not react accordingly to the non-farm payrolls. The pound might do own things because of the Brexit eventually Brexit news, right? So that's how I see the things. Next one is the dollar yen, and again we retested 103.80, right? And we're trying to hold it again. As of now, it could be some kind of the bearish flag, but I'm not in a rush to try to sell dollar yen here even more based on what we have to the left side. As long as we are above 103.80, I'm slightly bullish when it comes to the dollar yen, especially that the yields are staying above 0.9. So I truly believe that we might see the things speeded up above 104.10 and again above 104.35. Then I do expect price to test 104.70. It's a quite wide range. Supply on the top of the channel, if you do remember, 105.25. But if we are going to take into the consideration this consolidation of the 100 pips, break to the upside might bring 105.75 when it comes to the dollar yen. And lately, yesterday we discussed also the oil, and we discussed the USD CAD and CAD yen and Euro CAD. Crude, I'm still staying a little bit short. CAD yen, I'm still staying a little bit short, and didn't materialize the thing with Euro CAD with very strong fall. I didn't catch that trade. What I'm looking for this from the medium term perspective to hold, right? Would be great to see the daily and weekly close below 80.75 and below 80.50. So I'm looking for this zone to be broken. If not, I might decide to cut ahead of the weekend and renew next week. Oil, there was I was in a nice tiny profit yesterday, but then this breakthrough 65 and retest of 46.60. Well, we will see. First thing first, I'm going to look for the move back below 45.50, and that's what I'm looking for. Levels above today's high are gonna stop me out from that position. And the last one is Australian dollar. From the very short-term perspective, from the intraday perspective, I see something like some kind of the similar to head and shoulder, taking into the consideration the latest rally, taking into the consideration the latest Australian dollar behavior. If I'm not mistaken here, if that's the correct way of thinking, based on the latest whole Australian dollar move, I see the retest of 71.40, 71.20 again. Basically, that's how I see the things for now. Of course, any kind of the ugly job market, anything showing the weakness, the slowdown, we might see the initial reaction against the US dollar, but then it could be all about the US stocks as well, how it's going to react. So the main question, is the good news going to be the good news, or is the good news going to be the bad news? With that being said, guys, don't be trapped, be careful, and see you inside during the non-farm payrolls. Take care and goodbye.